Lately, I've noticed an increased amount of videos complaining about the state of Valorant, a lot of which is people saying the game is getting boring, repetitive, and just generally not as fun as it has been. This is a problem that most shooters like Valorant, CSGO, PUBG, and so on eventually have to face. And it seems like Riot are somewhat aware of the problem, as they decided to add the Team Deathmatch game mode not too long ago, and it was very well received. I think it was very refreshing for the players compared to the other game modes, and I saw a lot of people enjoying that game mode. But that didn't really make the problem go away, but it rather like postponed it a bit, and whether or not the problem ever can go away fully is a tough question to answer. But don't worry, I am here with a brilliant and totally original, never seen before idea that I honestly can't believe hasn't been done sooner. Nope. Not a replay system. Yeah, I know. Disappointing, right? Right, when are you guys gonna finish that replay system that you're working on? You know, that you said last year? Anyways, achievements. Yes, achievements. That's what I think could probably fix some of the problems that Valorant has been having. Now, this is just something I've thought about recently, but I would love to hear your guys' ideas too in regards to Valorant's problems. So basically, what do you guys think Valorant could do better in their situation? Leave a comment down below. Anyways, something I especially noticed with the release of Marvel Rivals is that I would often keep playing for an extended amount of time just because I was trying to complete some achievement or some goal. Their daily, weekly, and seasonal missions, hero proficiency system, and achievements add a lot of replayability and motivation to actually keep playing the game. I honestly think Riot Games could take a few notes from Marvel Rivals, and as could some other games too. Overwatch, please? Now, I'm not saying that this will be a 100% flawless fix to the game's issues, but I think it could definitely help with those players who just want something else to grind towards apart from a rank. Because let's be honest, it gets a bit boring grinding for RR after a certain while. Often when I load up Valorant, I just end up sitting in the lobby screen whilst watching YouTube just to turn the game off again a couple of minutes later. This is simply because I don't necessarily want to play competitive, and what's the point of the other modes since you don't really achieve anything from them? You don't really get any value from them apart from maybe perhaps improving your skills a little bit. It doesn't make that much sense to play the other modes, and that's something I've heard from a lot of the other players too. And that's where I noticed a difference in Marvel Rivals. I actually don't mind playing casual mode or any other mode in the game because I can still improve my skills as well as actually achieve something in game, which in this case are the achievements or missions, the weekly, daily, seasonal missions. So what exactly could the system be? Well, it doesn't have to be anything super fancy, but you know, just something super basic yet interactive that provides some sort of value for the player. For example, a simple but meaningful achievement that actually encourages players to engage with the game. We could, for example, have specific achievements. Just to name a few, we could have agent-specific achievements like get 50 kills as Jet or do 500 burning damage as Phoenix. Map-specific achievements, use teleporters on Bind 50 times. General achievements like get 1000 kills or play X amount of matches. Achievements for other modes, for example, Team Deathmatch, Swift play, let's say get a knife kill in Escalation. And then one other thing that I really like, especially from Marvel Rivals, I'm grabbing a lot of these ideas from Marvel Rivals, but it's the hero proficiency. For example, where you, let's say, electrocute 20 players using Sova's shock darts, which then progresses towards some agent-specific reward, which you can then show off, like, hey, I've done this, I completed this, and you get, I don't know, some special animation or just something, some sort of reward. This would not only increase the playtime for a lot of players, but also motivate people to actually try out other agents and roles that they don't usually play. Let's take me for example. I usually play Initiator, and my least played role is by far Controller. Something about playing Smokes just makes me so it just seems so to me, and I can honestly say that I would not trust myself to play Smokes in a competitive match. I despise the smoke role. It's just not for me. But that's exactly what this system could support, actually exploring those roles and agents and actually learning them. Now, I don't think this is something that people will just happily accept, as you can never please everyone. And in this specific case, I imagine a problem could be, for example, that some people don't want to complete achievements just to get nothing in return, which is totally fair, I get that. And that leads to a potential pretty big flaw with the entire system, and that is that I cannot imagine a world where Riot Games willingly make a system that somehow could or would lead to them eventually having to give some sort of reward to players. I don't know, it's getting rewards is just something I cannot imagine actually getting from Riot Games. Because let's look at the game as of right now. The only things you can actually earn for free by simply just playing the game without having to spend any real life money are overpriced agent items for kingdom credits, overpriced sprays and banners and attachments and stuff like that for kingdom credits, free tiers from the battle pass, the occasional rare event where, for example, I think there was one for the Lunar New Year where you can get XP and then you unlock rewards. It's those tiers that are above your player card when you're in the lobby. I don't know what they're called. And then the occasional new agent for 8,000 kingdom credits. And that's even after like the season has ended. And well, that's pretty much it. That's all the free rewards you can get for simply just playing the game. And honestly, the rewards are, well, they're not that interesting. And the only thing I can actually imagine people caring about of these rewards is the occasional Radianite here and there. That's pretty much the only thing that's worth grinding towards. And that's also assuming that you have spent real life money buying a skin, but you just don't have the Radianite to upgrade them. It's just not, the rewards are not that good, you know? Another thing I've noticed is that Valorant has achievements on console. Whilst doing research on the topic, I accidentally stumbled upon a list of achievements for Xbox, for Valorant on Xbox. So here's a question for the console players, if there are any watching. Does this system encourage you to play more, or are the achievements just kind of meh, you know? Is it just kind of, okay, well, they're there, don't think much more about it. All in all, I do think that it would be beneficial for the Valorant community if Riot Games actually added something new to the game, because even though there are still a lot of players, there's no denying that the game is still getting a little stale. The player count might be high, but just think about the experience of actually playing Valorant. It's getting a bit stale. At least an achievement system couldn't hurt, right? I would also love to hear what you guys think. Is this something that you would be interested in seeing in the game at all? Or do you have any other ideas? Anyways, that was pretty much all I had to say on this. See you in the next one.